Have you ever sat at your desk, staring at a new assignment, and thought, I'm not ready for this. I'm not good enough for this. Maybe it's your first day at a new job, or you've been given a project that feels way out of your league. You look around and think, everyone here is smarter than me, more experienced than me. What am I even doing here? You try to smile, try to act confident, but inside, your chest feels heavy. Your hands tremble just enough for you to notice. And every voice in your head whispers the same thing. You're going to fail. I remember a young woman. Let's call her Sarah. She had just been promoted at work, something she had prayed for. But the very first week in her new position, the excitement faded, replaced by fear. She began waking up at night, heart racing, replaying every mistake she might make tomorrow. One morning, as she sat in her car in the parking lot, she didn't even want to get out. She prayed a quiet, desperate prayer. God, if you made a mistake in putting me here, please take me out before I embarrass myself. That's when I told her about Moses. You know, Moses, the man we often imagine standing strong before Pharaoh, splitting the Red Sea, leading an entire nation. But before all of that, Moses didn't feel ready either. In Exodus 4:10, he told God, "Pardon your servant. Lord, I have never been eloquent. I am slow of speech and tongue." In other words, God, I can't do this. I'm not the right person. But God's response was powerful. Who gave human beings their mouths? Who makes them deaf or mute? Is it not I, the Lord? Now go, I will help you speak, and will teach you what to say. Exodus 4:11-12. Think about that for a second. God didn't choose Moses because he was a perfect speaker. He chose him knowing all his weaknesses, and still said, I will be with you. So I looked at Sarah that day and said, maybe God didn't give you this job because you were the most qualified on paper. Maybe he put you here so you could learn to depend on him, so that every success would point back to him. Her eyes filled with tears. It wasn't the answer she was expecting, but it was the answer she needed. Over the next few weeks, she started each morning the same way. Before checking her emails, before jumping into meetings, she would whisper, Lord, I don't know what today will bring, but I know you go with me. And something began to change. Her voice didn't magically stop trembling overnight. She still made mistakes. But instead of letting fear define her, she began to see those moments as reminders to lean on God. And you know what happened? Her confidence grew. Not because she suddenly became flawless, but because she realized she didn't have to be flawless to be faithful. Friend, maybe you're listening right now, and you're in your own Moses moment. You're standing before a new challenge, a new season, and all you can see are your limits. You think you're too inexperienced, too shy, too broken, too something. But God never asked you to be enough in your own strength. He simply asks you to be available and to trust that his presence will make up the difference. So, the next time you feel the weight of I can't, remember what God said to Moses. Now go, I will help you. He's not sending you alone. He's walking in with you. Into that meeting, into that classroom, into that conversation. And when you come out the other side, you'll know it wasn't just you. It was him. If this speaks to you today, pause for a moment, take a deep breath, and say out loud, Lord, I'm not enough on my own, but with you, I have everything I need. Because in God's hands, your weakness is not a disqualifier. It's the very space where his strength can shine. If today's message spoke to your heart, leave me a comment below and share what part of this story resonated with you the most. And if you know someone who needs this encouragement, send this video to them. Don't forget to subscribe to Trust in Light and turn on the notification bell so we can keep walking this journey of faith, healing, and hope together.